say good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio, 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Let me say good morning to those of you in GBN TV. It's the mid-morning buzz. All compliments the Wireman house. Let me say good morning to Miss Duncan. Good morning to Chris. How's everybody doing this morning?
We're good. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Outside is nice.
How was
to
it
be nice.
Easter weekend?
It was quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet.
Very quiet.
Everybody, that's the actual response I'm hearing from everybody.
Yeah,
it was a quiet
one.
Easter.
Yeah, because I didn't hear no kites singing in the air, nothing.
Which
was good.
It was one of those years, right?
Which was very
I know
surprising.
folks just decided they didn't fly in kite or whatever, or they decided, well, I'm going to take it down so you can make noise in the night.
That's it. Yeah.
I know. Well, nice to know everybody had a nice quiet Easter. Mine was good too. One of those said I stayed home.
Yeah.
We'll see what here. I ain't going nowhere. I just stayed home, relax, chill. Eat what I could eat, and that's it.
Yes.
That's it. Well, let's see what we have in store for our listeners and viewers this morning. All compliments the Wireman's house. There's always the option of, demonstrating good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the good stuff that's available. And who's going to take the role this morning? So we're leaving it up to Ms. Duncan this morning, right?
Yeah. Don't worry.
We put on the spot.
Yeah.
Let her take it. Good morning, Ms. Duncan. It's up to you this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, GT.
You're
It's
welcome.
always a pleasure to be here. And of course, myself and Selandi, we always like to come and let you guys know what we have in store. So this week we are featuring our tankless water heaters and our shower heads, right, Selandi?
Yeah, right.
Our shower heads.
Shower heads and tankless water
Tankless water heaters.
Yes.
Now, if we could roll a brief description for someone, of course, we're going to have a presentation about it shortly.
Yeah.
Now, if you could just give to a listener who's listening to us right now and say, a tankless water heater. There are various things that will come to mind, right?
Yeah.
First thing you say, it doesn't have a tank one.
Right.
So that's where the tankless comes in. Let me let Ms. Duncan roll some of the description out for us this morning.
Well, the old traditional ones and the flame ones that we have on the head. We no longer go in that direction.
Yes.
So this tankless one, you could just put it anywhere. We had to put it away from water.
Technically, it's rated, so you could put it within the shower.
In the shower.
Yeah, you could have it within the shower.
And we do have an actual footage of it here on the screen, so folks can take a look at it. Seemed like it'd be a typical simple installation. You understand? I guess your electrical circuit rolls into it because it's more or less electrical.
Yes.
You understand? Your main water source comes in, and then the water source that will certainly distribute that what you want to use for getting that nice warm shower.
Yeah. And the good thing about this one as well, right? It comes with your own your breaker, comes with breakers.
Yeah.
So breaker system comes with it. So if you want to run it separate from your panel, your boxes, or your breaker boxes, you can also, that's an option as well to give.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Supposedly, but I don't want to go through the whole process of running that long electrical circuit to my or bringing it back to my mains, breaker circuit. I can always just have it installed.
Yeah, definitely a separate source.
Great.
Yes, so that's an option. And also we have a little video of it as well. As you can see here right now. So basically, his person is putting it on, adjust the temperature as well, and it's very easy to use. Install. And it's also safe. Right? Compared to the overhead shower heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the one you put over your head.
The traditional ones, I say.
Actually absorb the water.
Definitely.
Electricity is within the water.
And that is not good.
It's not safe. So at the Wireman's house, we always consider the safety of our customers as well. Yeah. So that is.
I'm also noticing a display. The display actually tells you the water temperature.
The water temperature. That's correct. Yeah. The temperature. Yes. How high and stuff. And you don't have to worry. Well, if my hands is wet. Kind of thing. As I said, it's protected. So it's a safe device as well. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that there's a power control on it itself.
Yes.
That you could switch it on and off. In terms of the usage.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right. And it's tankless, which means because more of the older ones, the water has to come in, so it has to get filled to a particular capacity. In order for it to heat up. And then it is dispensed on you. All right.
Yes. And they are quite affordable. I think we have three different wattages. So we have 3,005, we have 4,005, 5,005, sorry, and 6,005.
Okay, so from 3,005,
5,005, and 6,005.
Yes.
So, I mean, it all goes with what the range that you want as an individual in terms of the wattage.
Yes.
All right.
Of course.
And I'm assuming it's also very economical?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Yes. As you said, sometimes people will consider the wattage and stuff.
Right.
Yes, that's a very important thing to watch as well, because you don't want to have something that can pull a whole set of
current.
Yes. And one of these things actually pulls, a lot of people don't know, is the same overhead one.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that pulls a lot of current. Yeah. So if you're conscious of how much electricity you're pulling, or whatever device you have, that is something to pay attention to the rating. There's an electrical rating as well to see how much wattage or how much voltage and whatnot. So that this is something that all customers or all consumers actually will actually have to pay attention to.
Sometimes I hear people make the discrepancy between wattage and amperage, which is the most important factor. Let me see if I can put Chris on the spot. The most important, is it the wattage or the amperage?
The most important thing is the wattage.
The wattage.
Yeah.
I will differ to you and say it's the amperage.
The amperage.
Yeah. In terms of the amperage is always the amount of electricity a particular device.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the wattage is all right.
Yeah. You have
but
a
then,
point,
if it has a very high amperage, you have the tendency to believe it will pull a lot of
Yes, correct.
You understand?
That's true.
If you look at most devices and they range, you say 32 amps, 50 amps, whatever, you have to expect that particular device will absorb a lot of energy.
That's true.
Because it has a high amperage.
Yeah, amperage, yeah.
But the wattage is important in terms of its overall performance. That's where the wattage comes to play.
True.
And also when you to give a little more strength, because if you put it up, let's say 10 watts device, and you put in it to a breaker, right? You can't go lower onto that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you must go within the required range as well. Amperage as well. You could go. It's good to go a little higher. Yeah, for protection.
Protection reasons.
But for protection reasons. Yes.
You
but
don't want the device, having there may be a surge or something happen, and you want the device to be protected.
Yes,
so you put that the appropriate amperage.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just wear it, and that's how I wear devices in terms of the electric. I go with the amperage.
That's correct.
Amperage is what I put a lot of attention into. The wattage is good, but amperage is always important. That's really the amount. Whatever circuit isn't there. That's how it draws from the amperage from the amperage.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
All right, come on, take your job.
Yes. All right. So we're moving on to the shower heads with calcium buildup.
Calcium buildup.
Yeah, with calcium buildup.
All right. Tell us a little more about that one.
All right. So if we could have the image pull up on that, I can give a little more demonstration on that.
All right.
All right. So what you see here, basically, this is typical you can find in your shower head.
All right.
Yeah, where you're wondering why you're seeing all kind of calcium this kind of white stuff build up, or some people might call it a limestone build up. Yeah. Now this is basically created by let's say your chlorine and different chemicals coming within the water, right? To store. So sometimes you want to know people. It's easy to clean. Yeah, it's easy to clean, and also sometimes when you're showering, sometimes you're wondering you're showering and you finish it, it's your skin scratching,
and you're watching it and you focus it. Is it healthy for this to be falling?
So sometimes when your skin scratching, you're dry, and all kind. This is basically formed from the chemicals within the water.
Okay.
The chlorine and stuff, and as well. So we have other device to help prevent that, right? Which is a shower filter. Yeah, right. So it could help to prevent as you can see there, the limestone and calcium buildup. Also to help to eliminate the water odor as well. So sometimes
we refer to that as hard water.
Hard water.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So this water filter system you see here, it helps not only as taking a shower with clean water, preventing the calcium buildup, limestone buildup. It's also good to protect sometimes people you're washing your hair, people who have eczema and stuff, sometimes the water could irritate
the skin.
So then I want my hair fall off.
Irritate. And also sometimes, as you can see, the health care for you have young kids as well, and you don't really want that harsh water, with them. So the filter system is basically designed to eliminate all these chemicals and all these things from your water.
So I'm looking at this particular, of course, when you shower head that you showed, it actually comes like that, right? Or is it a different shower head altogether?
Well, we do have that shower. We do have that shower head,
yes,
right? So this is that we call that the reinforced shower head.
Yes.
Reinforced shower head.
That's by the mere look of it.
Yes. So the filter system, right? So that is the bulky part you see above the shower.
So you attached it.
Yes, you attach it. It's very easy to install.
So that you could actually get that separate, that filter in it.
Yes,
you can get that separate.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the piece above the shower head.
All right. And so it comes from your main source. Your main source get attached to it, and then it comes to the shower. To the shower.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yes.
All right. And that can be used also with the water heating system prior
Yes, you can.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
prior to the install. Okay, and I'm seeing some examples of the installation.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And that's something will help for folks who want to not take a shower in hot water.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So as we have them in store. We have the chrome. We also have the black. So if you want chrome or if you want black, you have your preference. They're all 10-inch. They're easy to clean. As Silandi would have mentioned earlier in the program about the calcium buildup. So with the square 10-inch rainfall shower head, it's easy to clean.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry too much. Easy to install. The material is very durable.
All right.
And of course, it's a nice design, flashy. It's modern time, so we have modern stuff. Yes.
Right.
So if you're looking for that flashy look, we have those in store at the Wireman's house.
All right. Feel like if you're bathing in the rain.
In the rain,
Yeah.
yes.
But the only thing you just have to make sure you ain't going to the bathroom with your umbrella and your raincoat.
Yeah. That's a total different situation.
Yeah.
I hope someone may not take it that you're going to bathe in the rain, so you're walking around without
I know.
Or you say, I need a raincoat because I'm going to the shower. All right.
Yes.
Anything else we forgot to mention this morning? Of course. And of course, that was I guess that's our two main features for today.
So guys, if you're looking for your water shower heaters, tankless shower heaters, you can come along to the Wireman's house. If you're looking for your shower heads, we also have in stock. We fully stock with stuff, man. You guys need to head on down to the Wireman's house. We fully stock with a lot of interesting items.
Yes.
All right.
And of course, the number is on the screen. You can call us at 443-5577 or 449-5577. You can also head onto our social media platform, our Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Go on there. I think Silani made a post of the items that we are featuring today. You already did that?
Not as yet, because we've been so busy with stuff is coming in, trying to pack out and stuff.
Yeah, so we'll be replenishing.
Yes.
Okay. Fully stocked on there, man.
And also for guys who's been calling and looking for fire extinguishers,
yes,
we have available. Have it back in stock. We have the 4 and the 6 kg.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. A quick question. In terms of the tankless water heaters, just for clarification's sake, you have the option of using it cold or hot if you want.
Yes. Yes, you do.
So you can actually pour it off and use it and pour it on if you do want to.
Because that's you could actually use it as it on, right? So that is where you will have the temperature gauge on it as well.
Okay, so you can actually bring the temperature of the water to your liking. To your liking.
Yes,
right.
So you may not want it too hot, so you want it, or you may want it a little more chilled.
Definitely.
And it's digital.
Yes.
All right.
They're all digital.
All right, great. It may grab the interest of someone who is listening and viewing us this morning and said, hey, I think I need that particular appliance in my house.
Head on down to the Wireman's house. Head on down to the Wireman's house.
All right. Don't forget to give them those numbers on all the other social media handles that they can, of course, get in contact with the Wireman House.
All right. So, again, the number to call is 443-5577, or you can WhatsApp us on 449-5577. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We do free deliveries within St. George's. And, of course, I always say, if you're looking for us, if you want to drive to us, our landmark is Clarkscourt Bay Gap.
Yes.
So once you come in from Grandin side, after the bumpy corner, we are easy to find, right?
Yes.
And a friendly staff is always there waiting you. You could come and shop in comfort. Make the Wireman's House your one-stop shop.
Yes. All right, great. So that's what we take a wrap for today?
Yes, indeed.
All right, folks, that's what we're going to take a wrap for this edition. All compliments the Wireman's House here on the Mid-Morning Buzz. Join me again next Wednesday with myself, Mr. Duncan. If Mr. Duncan shows up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And of course, we'll certainly have much more to feature for you in terms of all the products that's available at the Wireman's House.
Indeed.
All right. Until then, folks, join us again next week for another edition. That's what we say goodbye for Compliments the Wireman's House.
Very nice indeed. Very nice.
Classic FM 105.5 and 105.9.